My family has had OurPact for about 5 years, but I didn't realize the impact it would have on us until a few months ago when my middle son became a victim of sextortion. Through Instagram, he had met someone and sent an inappropriate picture. They used that picture and asked for money and threatened to send it to his friends and family if he didn't. As soon as she contacted him and threatened him with the money and sending the pictures to all of his friends, I was making dinner. I have 3 kids. We had a million things to do, dance practices to go to. Homework had to be done. I had just gotten home from work. It was busy and chaotic. Every mom knows the moment. Without View and without OurPact, this whole situation would have gone a totally different way. I was able to block Instagram and a couple other apps until I was able to really sit down with him. Being able to have that tool to block something that was dangerous to my child, it was really valuable to me. It really gave me the peace of mind I needed. I could finish making dinner. He could have his anxieties disappear for a minute, knowing that I knew what was going on and I knew that I was protecting him for a moment and that we would sit down and talk about it. We called the police and they told us there's really nothing they can do about it. They told me that they had had over 200 calls just that week because of sexploitation online. And I live in a small town and I wasn't the one in a million. It's happening to kids all the time. OurPact helps me fight against that. I never would have known that my child was a victim of sexploitation. Because of OurPact, I was able to stop it when I did, and I can't imagine what would have happened and how things would have escalated if I didn't have tools to protect my children from predators online. Our family dynamic has changed a lot as we've used OurPact. At the very beginning, of course, there was a lot of anger and resentment about having parental controls. As we've gone through different things and experiences, my kids have seen the value in it.
When my mom first put OurPact on my phone, I was pissed off. I thought it was because she didn't trust me. There was no point. I didn't think it was necessary. I thought that stuff would never happen to me. But after some things have happened, I've realized that it's not stupid and it's very helpful, and it lets my mom see what I'm doing on my phone, and it makes it so that she can trust me.
One of my biggest fears about using parental control apps with my kids was invading their privacy and losing trust with my kids. A lot of parents want their kids to like them. For me, I don't need more friends. I have enough friends. I need good kids. I need my kids to grow up without addiction, without social media being their only source of friends. I want my kids to be good kids contributing to society. And I feel like the best way for me to do that for parents is to teach their kids how to use their devices. I've tried a lot of parental controls, trying to find the best one to help protect my kids. I've tried modem blockers as well as apps, and I find that OurPact gives me the control that I want, but also allows my kids some freedom as they get older. Since having OurPact, we're very open about what they're downloading, what games they have, what apps they have, and what they're doing on their social media. I have 2 features on OurPact that are my favorite. The first one is the app blocking. You can see all of the apps that are on each of your children's devices. And at any time, you can block one at a time. You can block as many as you want. You can unblock them whenever you want to. If there's something I'm concerned about with an app, I can block it. If a child has abused an app, I can block it. If my child has had too much screen time with Netflix, I can block it. You can also block them all at the same time when it's time for chores or homework or family time. My other favorite feature is View, and it just takes a screenshot of your child's device every few seconds so that you can see exactly what they're doing and what they're looking at, and you can enable it and disable it anytime. There's so much good in technology right now on the internet with phones, but there's also a lot of bad, and being able to guide my children through all of it has been a really valuable tool to have. The kids have their schooling stuff on their devices. My 2 teenagers have their homework and the syllabi, and everything that they need is on their device. If they've spent 8 hours on their device, I can send them a text and say, hey, it's time to turn it off. I'm gonna go ahead and block it. If they're in the middle of something, they can let me know. I need 5 more minutes and then it can be blocked until they've done something else. It just is a really great tool to make sure that kids aren't losing privileges for doing homework, and to make sure that my kids are doing other things besides just being on their devices. Having OurPact has opened up a lot of communication with me and my boys. We've been able to talk about a lot of topics that normally would never have been brought up. It also helps me know what they're interested in, to really open up conversations.
And you don't want this app on your phone because you think it's dumb and you think there's no point. And you won't see the point until you have an experience where it is useful, where you'll see the real value of it and how it's helped you. It's not because your parents don't trust you, it's because your parents want to protect you.
If I could use one word to describe OurPact, it would be priceless. I would pay anything. I would do anything I needed to do to teach my kids how to use their phones and how to use them appropriately and how to manage their time. I would recommend OurPact to all parents. I think that as parents, we would pay anything to have that peace of mind and that safety for our kids.